Thank you for tuning back into the Walk On Pod. I'm Luke Avdalovich. With me is Tommy Ball and Jared Waters. And yes, we're supposed to have a guest this week. No, we don't have them. As we said before, we can pull out a million excuses. But the real truth is, when we did the whole relaunch and everything, we didn't want to, if it was a guest week episode and we didn't have a good one lined up, we didn't want to throw together some last minute episode rather than bringing a good episode where it's just us three. So we came together despite everything that was going on this week because with us three that prevented us for having a guest. We said, let's just do us three again, put out a good episode. We're gonna get into some NBA talk because it's once this releases, the next game that's played is real NBA basketball. So definitely need to get that talk out the way. But that is why you are here with no guests and you're stuck with us three. But with that being said, Jared, Tommy, how are we doing tonight?
Fantastic. How are you guys doing?
Could be good, could be better, but I'm
Another
happy I'm here. This is gonna brighten my night up right here.
I got a
another
hoodie on, man.
terrible Thursday night football game.
Yeah, I
Uh,
didn't watch.
my sit a few weeks back.
No, no, that was
Just a brutal, brutal game.
unfortunately
Yeah.
for NFL football, that sit is gonna stand for a long time, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
What
speaking
do
of
you think?
sits though,
Oh, go
oh, what
ahead.
were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, what do you think it would take for them to get rid of it? Like, there's just no way they'd ever get
I
rid
just
of it.
don't think
There's
they
too much
ever
money in
will,
it already.
honestly.
Do you? Is there a lot of? Do you think they make a lot? I guess they just make money off the
Yes.
ads and not having any
Bro, people have
competition.
to
And
be Amazon Prime subscribers to watch the game. They're making money off of that already.
Yeah.
true.
So, but you could go back, what, probably 6 episodes and go listen to our rant about that, and it's going to
Yeah.
be applicable today. But we are not here to talk about that today. Today,
Not
here at the
about
Walk On
bass.
Pod, today we're going to bring you your scouting report. That is where we start or sit something in the world of sports, something we like, something we don't like. We bring it to the table. Um, I have a start. I can go first, actually, if you guys don't mind. I have a start. I
Yeah.
think
Sure.
it would start the episode on a really
Go
good
ahead,
note.
man.
Um, I'm gonna go ahead and start athletes coming back from injuries. And specifically, I want to highlight two that are on the spotlight this week. Lonzo Ball last night
Yeah,
checked into the
facts.
game and looked
Awesome.
good, and that was awesome. Like,
Hell
you
yeah.
can put whatever you feel about the guy and his family aside, which, I have no issues with the Ball family. I think they're hilarious, but there were people saying he was never going to step foot on a court again. People saying he was never going to be able to run again, bear weight, all this stuff. He went out there and he looked good. He was 4 for 6, 10 points, contributed in a preseason game. Looks like he's, ramping up to actually contribute to the Bulls this season. That was awesome. Like, that was awesome. You could see
Pretty sweet.
Chicago was super excited to see him. Um, so that was super cool. And the second one this weekend, Nick Chubb, in a gruesome injury last year. And he's slated to start on an abysmal Browns team this year. And I think if for Browns fans, it is kind of the shining light in what's been a very, very dark season. And what better guy to get behind than Nick Chubb? He's got to be one of the most stand-up guys in sports. And it seems like the city of Cleveland is rallying behind him, and he's kind of using that to help him get back to where he was. So I'd love to see him do well this weekend. And yeah, I think just in general,
Yeah.
those type of injuries that it seems impossible to get good out of, have positive outcomes from. You got two guys that are making it happen on a large scale, and I think it's dope. So definitely
Yeah.
wanted to open up and highlight that.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
Players Tribune article I sent you that he wrote was pretty sick,
Yeah.
Luke.
No, I mean, it's well documented that he's a super good dude, and like you can tell he's just like a hard-nosed worker and everything. But like you could just tell he's so bought in. And like what
Yeah.
a
Seeing
difficult
him and J-Lo out
franchise.
there.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know how I feel about that. But um the arguably one of the worst franchises in sports. Like, and that's that's just unfortunately it is. That's not a knock on the people of Cleveland, especially the fans. The fans are some of the best in sports, but it's just that the Browns team has not seen much success. So you have a guy that's so bought in, and the city's just rallying behind him. Like, that was a gruesome injury last year, and it
Yeah.
was the second time he's done that in his career. And for him to come back to what we're looking at 55 weeks removed from the injury that looked like it could have been a career-ending injury. Like, that's
Yeah.
pretty in at
Bad.
arguably the most like rough position in sports. Like
Yeah.
that's nuts. That is nuts. So I think Nick
Yeah.
Chubb, I'm excited to just see him suit back up. And then yeah, it was super dope to see Lonzo check in and just like kind
Yeah.
of the
Harris
appreciation for
first
him
three
too.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's dope to see stuff like that because you know, especially in sports media, like everyone's got their opinions. Everyone, you know, puts negative light on people, especially when they're hurt. You know, if they really love it, if they're trying to get back and all that. Just to see
But
kind of everyone kind of rally behind them and support them and you know want to see them succeed again. We're doing something they love.
that was gonna be the only thing I was gonna say is that it's dope that no like people didn't write them off. There's so many guys that get written off by the
Yeah.
media and stuff like when they're not in the spotlight. It's like it
Alonso
doesn't.
was definitely being written off, but like
Yeah, for
Yeah, he
sure.
was.
So that's
Absolutely.
cool that yeah, no, I agree. That's a great start.
yeah. Well, and like that's what I'm saying too. Like it was all like everyone was highlighting that last night. And like
Yeah.
it was dope. Like people again put their differences aside. You can think what you want about the guy, but it was just cool to see someone fight back to do something they love. And so,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, you're
I
never
hope
gonna hear anything negative about me.
I hope Nick can do great.
Yeah,
Selfishly for fantasy reasons, but also because he's like you said in the article I just mentioned is he's 28 or 29. Like he said, I think he was like that's 57 and
Yeah,
running
he did. I
years.
saw that. I read that.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like
that's he's right. It's crazy.
determination, man. I believe in him.
dude, I saw a Twitter. We can move on after this. Saw a Twitter video of him. Like it was an infamous squat video, but it was from like recently, and it was like 8 months removed from his knee being blown to bits, essentially.
No.
And the bar was like bent completely out of you. It was like 540 pounds. Like
That
the dude is a
stuff.
monster. The
Yeah.
dude
That
is
stuff.
a monster.
Yeah, he's gonna go crazy.
No, he's and like I think above all, he's a good guy. Like
Yeah.
that's the icing on the cake. So it's just like
Sure.
easy to root for a guy like that.
Yeah. Yeah. What did he say? Tommy, you read the article or thing I saw? He said,
Yeah, most of it.
the,
Yeah.
yeah, he was like, he said, membership's cheap at the gym I go to. It's his high
Yeah.
school gym. He said they got a water fountain.
They got a water fountain. That's what I loved. He said they got a water
Yeah.
fountain. That's all I need.
I read
That's
that
gritty, man.
yesterday. I was like, yeah, that's
He's
nice.
so like that. That I wasn't. I mean, like I thought Nick Chubb was cool, but that made me a big fan. Like that made
Yeah.
me really want
Yeah.
him. So that
No,
was
that's dope.
um.
Um,
I can go if you want, Jared.
yeah. So yeah, we can break it up. Go ahead.
I have one. You guys can flag it if you want, and I have a backup that's good. So, if I'm going with this one, it's a sit. I know Luke will probably agree with me here. I'm sitting. I'm sitting Nick Sirianni, and
Mhm.
I'm sitting specifically Nick
Yeah.
Sirianni's new haircut.
No, I thought you were going to talk about him putting the ear to his fans, telling him to fire him.
But that plays into why I'm sitting Nick Sirianni. I mean, for one, his haircut is awful, Jared. I don't know if you
His,
saw
I have not seen it.
it.
it's bad.
It
He
is
should
I'm
keep the
glad.
beanie on.
it is horrendous. It's like a skint
He let his
fade.
wife cut his hair.
I don't know, bro.
He let
It's like a
someone in the
wannabe skin
Philadelphia
fade,
streets
but
cut it. My goodness.
it's
Yeah.
bad,
For a
bro.
Giants fan, he let a Giants fan. cut it.
And
Basically.
and then I just think Nick Sirianni. I mean, who am I to criticize an NFL coach? But like he talks so crazy and he just
Oh,
acts so immature, and they just don't. They're not producing.
they're
Oh, they
not.
kind
And
of look bad.
I
they
mean, they've
don't
had
To be
look
some bad
honest.
good,
injuries
bro.
for sure.
Yeah,
They
Like,
have
yeah,
had
yeah, yeah.
injuries,
AJ
and I
has been
get
out
it.
a lot, and
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna,
Saquon.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I agree, dude. Also, I don't know Sirianni's like rise, but like this wasn't like Brian Urlacher. This wasn't a household football. Like, I don't know how he got to being a head coach, but like walking around like you own the
own the
game.
place.
Like, what are we doing? Like, I didn't
With
know
that
who you were.
haircut? I mean,
Like,
come
come
on,
on.
Jared. I'm gonna pull up the haircut right now for you
I don't
because
know. I didn't
Uh,
know who he was until Jalen Hurts was tush pushing to the Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know. And again,
that's when
I'm
he was
sort
like,
of
if it like stop doing it or whatever, right? That's when he was
he's
making
just
that.
like
he
he's
says
a
crazy
my
stuff,
stuff
bro.
Yeah.
is gonna
He says
work coach is
crazy
what it
stuff.
is.
Oh, we know those guys.
Yeah, no, and I look like he can look his stuff worked. He got to the Super Bowl, but they've kind of been lackluster
I
since
think it's
then.
like it's.
Yeah, that's
Oh
nice.
yeah, that's not ideal.
That's nice. That is nice.
Not ideal. Um, yeah, it's like, but dude, I don't know. You guys know more than me, but like the NFL is like Bro, if you make it to the Super Bowl and you don't win it, like, that stuff is hard to come back from.
Man,
Like,
you really don't get back there often.
no, like, and that's like you look at
We're
Kyle
spoiled
Shanahan,
by
it's
it.
I was
We're
like,
just gonna
spoiled.
bring up
oh
Shanahan.
man,
Yeah.
like look at how bad. No offense to them, like maybe they've had some injuries, but like look how bad the Bengals look after
Yeah.
they were in the Super Bowl.
Their defense is
You really gotta
Jeez.
you really gotta feel for Shanahan though. I mean,
Yeah,
he's just he
just
was the
can't get over the
Falcons.
hump,
He
man.
was the
This is his
Falcons
last
OC
shot.
when they blew the 28-3 lead, and then now he's
Yeah,
lost 2 Super Bowls as a head coach. It's just brutal, dude.
This is his last
yeah.
shot, I think, too, this year. So,
I don't even yeah, and they don't
well,
look
You think
good.
they
because
would fire him?
no, but with that, they got to pay Brock after this,
Oh
Mhm.
yeah,
and they're not going
yeah.
to be able to afford everyone after that.
Yeah,
With
well,
with what the
Garrett's already
QB.
gone, and like, yeah, like, oh, they have a bunch of their defenses gone.
So, I mean, I don't know. There was a report today that CMC's window to come back is open or is going to open
Yeah,
this week.
they're in a
So
tough spot right now. They don't
they
know
could
Yeah,
what
see
to
some
do.
light.
yeah,
But yeah,
true.
no, hey Tom, that I'm no flags on that, man. I think
Wait,
it's a valid sit. It's a valid
wait.
sit.
Mm. I'm glad. I'm
Here we
glad.
go. Not a huge fan, bro. Sorry, Nick.
Yeah.
Nothing personal, bro. Maybe just I don't
Just
know.
coach the
Talk
football.
less. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, just coach the
the
football
good
game,
thing for him is he's not the worst team in that division. So
Oh
dude.
boy, that's a bad division in football,
that's a
man.
bad division.
I would have thought the Commanders were the
I
best
was gonna
team.
say, there's a kid out in Washington, man. There's a
Whew.
kid out in
He's
Washington.
legit, bro. He
Oh
is.
It's the
God.
We can
truth.
talk about him another episode. We could have a whole episode about how good he is. It's crazy.
No,
Yeah.
it's the truth.
Real quick, is it just coincidence that 2 years in a row that the number 2 pick is like
Yeah, dude.
not
I was
that
thinking
Caleb is
about
playing
that.
Dude,
bad, but like do you think it's just coincidence or you think there's just too much expectation like and you get shadowed by the first guy?
I think it's completely circumstantial for
Yeah,
sure.
like the team you go to.
Well,
Yeah.
that and like, I mean, but Caleb, last 2 weeks,
No, he's been
Jaden looked
hooping.
up
That's
to
great.
what I'm saying.
Jaden
I'm
looked
yeah.
not I'm
great.
So
not taking that wasn't I wasn't
I
Jaden
trying
think
to
they're
make
both
it.
just
Yeah.
elite, is what it
Jaden got
is. Like,
blessed with the phenomenal OC as well, though. Like
yeah,
Kingsbury
it's
did a hell of a
Cliff, yeah,
job.
and he's great with
Ah,
QBs.
yeah.
He's great
Yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
QBs.
Got it.
Like
Yeah.
Kyler looked
Tell me
like
needs
the
to go
truth.
back to Arizona.
Yeah. I mean, Kyler always looks like the truth the first couple weeks of the season anyway. So
Yeah,
and then
Black
next
Ops
year he
drops
comes out.
in 2 weeks,
Yep.
so that's a different conversation.
All
Waters,
right.
what do you got, man?
Yeah, I got to start. This is a personal start, but I feel like we never talk about this, so I want to. There's a critical weekend in the table this weekend for Premier League. So I'm going to start the Chelsea Blues against table leading Liverpool in
Let's
Liverpool
go. I like
this
that
uh
start.
this weekend. They have not won in Anfield since March of 2021. It's 3.5 years.
So
Now,
they're not winning again, is what you're
do you
saying?
watch the
No,
EPL live, Jared, or
yeah,
you can? Hell yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, a lot of the games, well, I'll record them and then
Yeah.
we get them on YouTube TV.
Cole Palmer, breakout.
Yeah, big time. Well, and that's the other thing. So Reece James is slated to be able to come back, the captain. So I think he hasn't played since the preseason. So yeah, I'm gonna start Chelsea. I think they can do it. Their team is young and they have a new manager who's injected some life and they've gotten their roster somewhat figured out with some of the departures and things that they've done. So yeah, I think this is a statement match for them. If they want to be taken seriously in the top half of the table, then they need to come in and take out Liverpool, give them their first loss.
Spoken like a true Premier League fan. I like it.
So
I gotta get
that's
back into my soccer fandom. I think I used to
honestly,
follow it big time.
it's a prime time right now.
It's
Well,
It's a
fun, bro.
great
It's fun to
time because
watch.
no,
there's five
I
teams
believe
that are
it.
really there's 5 teams that are really good.
No, I used to follow it a lot
Yeah.
more close when I
No,
was playing. It was when I
like
stopped playing that I
like
kind of dropped the
this
ball.
is gonna be the first year in the last 3 years that Man City is gonna have real competition.
Yeah, Man City's
Yeah,
unreal.
like Man City's been unbelievable, but like I mean, Liverpool was on the cusp last year, and Arsenal was right there last year. They've both improved and gotten better. Arsenal needs to get healthy, but and then even Aston Villa looks good too early.
Yeah.
So
And what's great
and
about soccer is this is a discourse that I've always had a fun time discussing is it's no gimmicks, it's no nothing. It's 45 minutes, 15-minute break, 45 minutes, and we're done. Like they just get
yeah,
to it. No dumb commercials, no
yeah.
nothing. It's just the game.
No, it's nice. It is. That's the other thing too. It's easy to get through a Premier game or Premier match after like watching it on the way back. Like even
Yeah.
if I start the game late, it's not gonna be hard for me to catch up. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, no,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I was having this conversation, I think it was with Kalen, about like what sports are like social sports, and soccer definitely fits the bill. Because I said
Yeah.
football is a social sport. Because I could sit here, hang out with the boys, have conversations, and not miss what's going on in the game. If I'm
Yeah.
locked in on a conversation on a basketball game, I will miss it. Like
Mhm.
Yeah. It'll be a 15-point swing, and you
you
won't
will
know what
miss
happened.
things, and you'll be like, wait, what is going on? Soccer is definitely in there. I feel like baseball
Yeah.
definitely is more of a social sport too. But
Yeah.
yeah, uh,
No. So
no,
yeah, go
that's a good.
Blues, man. Go
I
Blues.
have to get back into it.
Sports
I
are
was a
hot right
PSG
now.
fan, so
Before we move on, have you guys seen, this is just like a little tidbit I can throw in because it's one of these episodes. Have you guys seen what they're doing in Saudi Arabia for tennis right now?
No.
Bro, they're putting on like this special Grand Slam. Not It's not actually a Grand Slam obviously, but like this special tournament. They picked six players, and each guy's taking home like almost 2 mil every match, and the winner
oh,
is bringing home 6.5 mil, and the
still
final is
live golf
Yes,
of
yeah,
let's
tennis.
go.
the final is Sinner versus Alcaraz, of course, and then they did a third place match. The semifinals was Sinner and Djokovic, and Alcaraz in it all. So we're getting one more Rafa and Djokovic match because
Nice.
Rafa's retiring.
Feels rigged.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
and
Uh,
nice.
the winner of the third
nuts.
place match gets 3 million. Like it's crazy.
That sucks. Ooh, I would hate that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey.
no. Yeah. Sounds like the live golf of tennis, honestly. But
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
well, the season's like winding down too, so that's actually dope.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. So we've been successful with our walk with me segment the last
Yeah.
two installments. I kicked it off. Jared's was phenomenal last week. Tommy is up to bat this week with the walk with
Pressure.
me
Pressure.
segment.
Pressure.
Tommy, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Fellas, so happy to have this opportunity tonight. As soon as this was Luke's idea. I don't know if Luke said that the first time. As soon as Luke gave us this idea for this segment, I knew what quote I wanted to do first. This is a quote that I think 1,000,000% applies to what Jared has taught Luke and I as our older brother, basketball trainer, and also just how the way us three live life and the message that we preach. I think it embodies everything we talk about. Um, it's Michael Jordan, and it's my favorite quote ever. Some people want it to happen, some wish it would happen, others make it happen. If you guys want to talk about it first, that's cool, and then I can hit, but whatever you guys want to do.
I mean that's straight to the point, and I think nowadays it's applicable because there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of talk now about what so and so is supposed to do, or what I thought I did, or the way that things were supposed to play out, quote unquote. But it's like a lot of times in the sports world, especially basketball, if you don't go and take it, it's gonna the opportunity is gonna pass you by. If you
Absolutely.
don't step on someone's throat, if you don't like you're saying, if you go make it happen, the opportunity is gonna pass you by. And so I think part of that too is being selfish in moments like that and being selfish in opportunities like that. Because if you are someone that puts in work brick by brick, day by day, and like you are putting in the care and like meticulous work that is required to get yourself an opportunity like that, when the opportunity comes, you won't feel bad being selfish and taking it and running through that door, right? So I think that's the biggest thing uh that I would think of is kind of just there's a reason why opportunities present themselves and you got to go make it happen. You got to go take it.
Facts.
So
I think that's
Um,
really good.
I think too. Uh, this might not. I think it should make sense. When Michael Jordan made that quote, obviously social media didn't exist, and we talk a lot about social media on this podcast because this is social media technically. But I think the most important thing to take from that quote now in today's day, 2024, is to make sure you're making the right things happen, right? Because I think
Mm,
that's where now more than any other time, especially in the business that we're in, people try to make things happen that aren't the main thing, right? Or not what's really should be valued and like what someone like Jordan was talking about. And I think the better people will get at being self-aware and identifying those things, then they'll have more success. I think that's where people get derailed. They want to be successful, but at what? And so making it happen, what is your it? Is that's what you got to find
I
now
like
more than before.
And your why, I think too.
Yeah.
I think part of like you're saying, making the right things happen is making the right things happen for the right reason,
Yeah.
right? Like you don't if you want to, let's just in basketball, right? If you want to be the highest paid player in the league, let's just say that's what you're going to make happen. Do you want to make it happen because you want to make that much money, or you want to make it happen so you can be remembered as one of the greatest? You know what I mean? Like, why do you want to make it happen? So I think that's another big thing um, that needs to be focused on.
Yeah. I
Agreed.
think this quote's just so great because, and like most quotes, but it applies to the series. It applies to everything. Like this isn't just a sports related quote. Like
Yeah,
it's much deeper than that. Like it's life, man. Like if you want something, make it happen. Only you can control it. Like only you can do what needs to be done to get you to your goal, whatever it may be. So it really resonates with me as a young human being trying to be successful in this world. So I
Yeah.
love that quote.
yeah. No, I like
Great
it
one. Yeah.
by
Like it.
one of the most successful icons in the world. You know,
That
Facts.
guy made it happen.
made
He
it
did.
happen.
Sure did.
I like it. I like it. 3 for 3, I'd say, on the walk with me. You know what I would love, what I would really love as a podcaster slash
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
producer's
I think I know where you're
dream
going here.
is if people commented, some quotes,
Yeah.
sent us a DM of a quote or two that you wanted us to talk about. That hey, we got a walk with me presented by my guy over here at Doritos Chips. You know what I mean? Like
That'd be
someone,
tough.
someone wants to send us a little, something that's provocative to them at the moment. So I just
I can guarantee one specific person when this episode drops, you will be getting a
yeah,
DM.
and look, in 2 weeks from now, maybe we can talk about it, depending on
Yeah.
what the quote is,
I like
as long
that
as it's
idea, dude.
appropriate for the pod. But yeah,
Yeah.
hey man,
Okay.
I want to promote as much interaction
That could be,
with our
that could
viewers.
be a serious thing, man. Comment your quotes and maybe you will
Maybe
be the
we'll walk
next
with you one day.
topic. Yeah.
All right, man. Let's turn the page here. Like I said in the beginning, in the intro, by the time this comes out, the next basketball game that's going to be played is real NBA basketball. Preseason's going to be over with. Tip-off will be happening. I know we are all excited. The sports world's excited. We wanted to do a little NBA season preview. So, we're going to talk about who our MVP predictions are, who our Rookie of the Year predictions are, and who our champion prediction are. You could do both East and West and tell us who you think's going to come out on top. That's all cool too. Let's start with Rookie of the Year. I think that's the best place to start. Probably the youngest. Yeah, go ahead. You can go first, man.
Awesome. I'd like to go first.
Yeah, you raise your hand, so
I know. I'm glad you recognize that. Way
you
to
didn't want
see
to do
me
the
while I
Zoom
see
raise
you.
your hand.
Oh, I wish I would have remembered that. That didn't give the same. Well, people can see visually now, so I don't think they could see back then.
They've always had video. What are you talking about?
No, I mean like on Spotify. I mean, I think
I've had
before when
that.
we had that when we had that discourse, I don't think we
I've
had that,
had it.
right?
I've had it for
Who's your
for a
rookie of
long
the
time.
year, dude?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're sounding like I don't know. Anyways,
All right, my rookie of the year. The reason I'm picking this guy, one, I think he's established. Two, I think there's a definite need in the team that he got drafted by, and I think he's going to make a serious impact because he's very unique. And then the last part is that I think the team is ready for a comeback. So give me Zach Edey, man.
really,
Yeah,
you know what? I like this take because he
Yeah,
that
looked
was
good
going
in
to be.
his preseason. It
Yeah.
wasn't
Oh,
going to be mine, but
really
he
good.
dominated in his preseason, and I think like he's gonna play a lot, and like they should be good if as long as no one goes off the rails, they should be good. And you know how the rookie of the year goes is like there's only two ways it goes. Either it goes to the guy like last year was gonna be Wemby, no matter how many games they won because of just how good he was. But I think this year it's more up for debate situation, and I like other guys, but I don't know if they're gonna have the same opportunity, I guess.
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
You,
cut you off, Luke.
no, I was gonna say I think the point, the need point is huge because
Yeah.
and I think the immobile. I don't want to say immobile in a negative way, but just like there was obviously the period of basketball where the five can run the floor and run an offense, or the quote unquote immobile big had kind of been pushed out a little bit. I think it's back a little bit. You got your quick guards up
Yeah,
top, force them, funnel them downhill, and Edie just stands down there with his hands tall. He's gonna have a
dude.
presence down there,
He's
and
legit, bro.
his
No,
touch looks great,
like he might have one of the best
People
jump hooks
overthought
that
him.
have people have ever seen.
I
bro.
think
Yeah,
Like
people
so
he
overthought
even
him,
shoots
bro.
them like
yeah,
faders now. He'll shoot them from like
yeah.
12 feet, fade away jump hook.
If he stays healthy and like he's obviously in
Yeah.
good condition. Like the kid
Yeah, no,
ran
he's
so
gotten way
much at
better
Purdue
shape.
too.
Yeah, he got in way better shape. So yeah, and plus like you guys know how it is like the league is becoming an old, at least right now it's older, right? And he's
Yeah.
older. I mean, he spent 4 years in college. Like there's going to be some freshmen or rookies that were only did 1 year of college that are going to struggle that people aren't going to expect
He's
just because
been in
the
so many
age.
situations already.
Yeah.
Like things aren't going to be as foreign to him as a 20-year-old or as a
Yeah.
19-year-old.
And the other thing too that I like, they talked about this during summer league when they were on TV. I remember hearing them, whoever the announcer was. I think it was Greg Anthony, but like if you want to give Jaw like a break or some change of pace, you can literally just dump the ball to him and he's gonna
Yeah,
score or get fouled a
or
lot.
get double teamed and
Yeah,
have to make
like
a shot.
He can pass out of it. Yeah.
I mean, like he's like he can score. Like it's not
No,
like he's
he looks
just
legit.
yeah, no.
I
So
think,
I think he's gonna just the situation. I think they're gonna be good enough that, and he's gonna impact enough that he'll get it.
yeah. I mean, the fact that he's 7'4", playing 38 minutes a game in college, like
And
that was
running
telling.
and
That
guarding
was
ball
telling
screens,
enough
and
right
Guarding
yeah,
ball
there. Like
screens
he could
yeah,
obviously go.
and
So
every type of coverage was sent at him
yeah.
last year.
And
Like
and that's the another interesting part. Not to get into the basketball, like the nitty gritty of the basketball, playing drop is so common now. Like he's not gonna have to get
yeah,
up
he'll
at
be
the level
fine.
of the screen to like hedge and get back. Like no one hard hedges and
He
gets
can
back.
alter
He
a
just
mid-range floater
Yeah,
too.
he's
Like
like he can
he'll
play
be
drop the
fine.
whole time. Like Brooke Lopez plays drop, and he's a
yeah,
better defender than Brooke
plenty
Lopez.
of plenty of NBA teams just run
Yeah,
drop.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Zubac, all that. Yeah. So yeah, no,
No,
I think that's my pick. So
I
It's a
like
good
it.
pick.
I like it.
I like that pick.
Tom, rookie of the year, what you got?
Um, this guy's kind of in a dumpster fire of a situation, but I think he looks really good in the preseason. He looked really good in the summer league, and I really just wouldn't be surprised if he finds a way to win this award. I've got Reed Shepherd here. I've got
that's
Reed
a
Shepherd.
great pick.
No, I like it a
That would have
lot.
been my that was my
I
other thought. Yeah.
I think
No,
it's
He's
just
that's
just got such
opportunity
a
is going to be tough. That's the
opportunities
only
can be hard
thing.
to come by, but he just he looks
dude.
so
He's
savvy out there,
nice,
bro.
dude.
Poised too.
He's just nice.
Calm, poised. He doesn't look like he has a weakness.
Like he
Uh,
can really hoop. Like he's just
Kentucky
like
really
guard.
he's
is
yeah,
good,
Kentucky
like
man.
guard's got a great track record too.
yeah. No, you're
Kentucky
right.
guard, man. Kentucky guard has a fantastic track record, and I saw some practice clips the other day. Like he's working, he's getting steals in the ball screen. He's a menace as a
Yeah.
pest.
He's
Like
athletic. Like I think
Yeah.
people
yeah,
I
bro.
mean,
He's
jump to
that
a dog,
passive.
42.
man.
Yeah,
He had the
no, he's
highest vert, right,
athletic.
or second
Yeah,
highest
you know
vert?
he had the
No,
highest.
I
Yeah,
I
like
think
he's
they
legit,
I
bro. So I really would
yeah.
not be surprised. It's a
No,
horrible
that's a great pick.
situation.
I love that pick.
It's just a
Guard
crowded guard
heavy.
room.
He's
Yeah,
just gonna run into the Jalen Fred Van Vliet like
and that's what's
cluster.
up.
Thompson,
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah. Oh
But I
God,
believe in
yeah.
Reed. I
Cam
believe in Reed.
Whitmore's in there.
So I think this is what I think, Tom. I hope I'm not over
No, go
stretching
ahead.
here.
Go
Is
ahead.
that I think if he really like, I think he's legit. I agree with you. He was probably the best player in Vegas Summer League overall. Like,
Yeah, say so.
and I could see like if he really comes in and like takes care of business, them moving on from Fred.
I mean, yeah.
Like, I mean,
Paying
that
Fred
would
Do you
be the
think
$200
natural
someone
million.
will pick
progression.
up that contract though?
I mean, I'm saying you could shed you could either push him to the bench or you could I promise with the way draft picks are coveted now, you could find someone to take that contract for draft picks.
Yeah, you probably could, especially if Fred's not playing bad.
Yeah,
Because
like
Fred is
Yeah.
obviously good.
I mean, yeah, there's going to be some teams like think about like not to overreach here, but just think about a team like I don't know, like the Lakers or like like the Mavs. Like we need another guard, like or something
Yeah.
like that, where they're like they don't care about spending the money. The Clippers, right?
The
Yep.
Lakers, he could
Like
be good at.
like yeah. So I don't know. So I just think like
I can
if
see
he
it.
really, yeah, I mean. Why
bro,
not?
because
Yeah.
if you think about that young core, my goodness, Jalen Green would be the vet, and he's like younger than I am. Like,
Yeah.
And we
yeah,
haven't even talked about Jabari Smith Jr. Like,
yeah,
Yeah. Who's
exactly.
been
they,
getting better progressively.
yeah,
Maybe
they have young dudes everywhere, bro.
yeah. And
Sengun's
Sengun is
22.
Shangoon's nice. He's supposed to be
yeah.
the guy.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah,
No,
no, I
that's
it's
a
like
great
it.
pick,
early,
Tom. I
but
love that
I
pick.
like it.
I think they'll be
He's
in the mix
nasty.
too. Like, I think
Yeah.
they're gonna they
Well,
made a push
Ime's a good
last year.
coach, right? Yeah, Ime's
Yeah.
a really good coach. So
Very.
No, I like it.
yeah, great pick.
You guys are gonna call me biased, but I got Steph. I got Steph Castle. But
Mm.
I think this is why. I think one opportunity is gonna be tough for him this year with CP3 coming in. But like Jared said, for Edie, there's a clear cut role for him, and I think CP3 is gonna mentor him this year more than anything. But there is a clear cut need for an elite guard, right?
Yeah.
And I think I got to be there and practice with him with his first reps and play in the games with him and everything, and like the kid is a winner, and like he's mature beyond his years for sure. And I think he's landed in arguably the best situation he could have.
In a good
Like
spot.
that is an organization that prides winning and doing it the right way over anything. And you have a generational talent that at the helm that you can play off of. I think it's
That
gonna be
would be
nuts.
my point. Is that Dwemme's going to garner so much attention that he's going to be
He's
able
just
to
gonna
feast
He's
because he
got
can
a
play without the ball.
and he's
he's
a
got a pretty
menace.
savvy
Yeah.
mentor to learn from too.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, like he's got the steps. It's just it's going to be interesting to see how they play, depending on how much the Spurs are winning and where they are in the West and everything. If they're going to roll, with CP3 or if they're going to try to feed him in more as the year goes on. Depending, I don't know how they're going to deal with it, but like I don't know. Like I said, I'm probably biased because I got to spend the summer with him and I got to see
No,
what
I
type
think
of
that's. I
competitor he
think
is.
he's probably the
He
one thing.
pops off the page for sure,
Yeah.
I
man.
mean,
Well,
bro, and just like the intangibles, like
that's what I was gonna.
guard
Yeah,
perimeter
dude.
defense
Yeah.
is coveted in this league so much, and he has that. Like he steps on the
Yeah.
floor and is ready to guard that
Yeah.
position right
And I
now.
think
And
like yeah. No, that's
that's
great.
what were you gonna say, my bad?
No, you're good. I was just gonna say that playing for Dan Hurley and stuff like that, you learn how to like play with other people, like play like off other people and stuff like
Yeah,
that, and like constant movement, which is what the Spurs like and what Popovich likes. So it's like, and then the defensive part, like immediate impact, So
yeah. No, he's not a
That's
selfish
good.
guy. Like, yeah, he didn't get drafted based off him being a volume scorer or anything, right? He got drafted because he does a lot of high level things at his position. And I don't know. I think he has a chance, especially if the Spurs do make a push. I think I think he has a chance to be in that conversation. So I'd like to see it too. He's a good kid. Like he's super
yeah,
down to earth. He's a hard worker. So
yeah,
I had the
that's
pleasure in we were in the same shooting group this summer and like I don't know, try to pick his brain a little bit. He was asking me questions and stuff and like I don't know what to tell the fourth overall draft pick, but like it was cool. So like I would like to see it.
so. What you do is when you see that really tall alien looking guy, just throw him the ball.
Do this one
Yeah,
right here.
Yeah,
literally.
Just
just throw
lob it
it.
up,
Like
lob it
we
up,
talked about
and
this the
then
other day. Like some of the lobs that Chris Paul is going to end up throwing are just going to be
it's gonna
so
be like I
like
don't know what to
asinine.
do.
Like
Oops. It's
Yeah,
literally gonna
yeah.
be
he's going to
Megatron
jump
down there
and like
somewhere. It's
yeah,
gonna be
he's going to
Wemby is
just
down there
jump
somewhere.
and then 360 turn and just throw the ball behind him.
Throw it up. He'll catch it.
Yeah, no, that's
Um,
great.
do we want to go move to MVP or champion? MVP probably.
I think MVP. Yeah.
All right. We'll swing back around. I think with the recent move that happened, there is a clear cut role for this guy to take over and clearly be the MVP. If he can lead his team back to the top of the West, I got Anthony Edwards. I think you got Cat
Mhm.
out of there. He is
Mm.
clearly the
Alpha
superstar
one.
they
Yeah.
want to run with. Like, and I think for good reason. He's shown it time and time again. So if out of a really tough Western Conference, if he can take them back to where they were and get
Um,
over that hump, it's going to be tough. But I think he has a clear lane to be the MVP this year.
So here's my thing. As much as I hate giving him the props on this part, Cat could shoot it, and he did provide a
No,
lot of space.
100%.
But
But I mean,
yeah,
you move Nas like into a more
yeah, traditional four.
and I
Yeah,
think it's gonna
they'll
obviously things
still
are
be
gonna change, but
fine. Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that would also bolster his MVP candidacy then if he's
yeah.
able to do the things that he was
Yeah, yeah,
doing
yeah. I mean,
without
yeah, because
a cat.
they're gonna have Dante out there at the two, and you'll have Jaden, and yeah, they're
They're still gonna be good.
No,
Like
they're
I
going to
think
be
they're gonna
good.
be good.
I
It's just
just
like
think like what I was saying is that it'll be interesting to see how Finch sets up the spacing because like
yeah,
obviously Andy Edwards gets downhill at will, but it's easy when you're four or like when they go small and play Nas and Cat together, like your 4 and 5 can shoot threes.
yeah,
So I think that's the interesting thing. But I do like that move, like to just free all that up.
yeah. Like
Yeah,
I think it's just in terms of the
yeah,
way that NBA narratives go,
yeah. It's
it's there for
natural.
him.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
the the path is there for him to be the MVP this year, I think.
yeah. Makes sense.
I also
Makes
think
sense.
the NBA would like that. So
Yeah,
Oh,
totally.
man.
Because he's so charismatic and he's American.
yeah.
He's hilarious, bro.
Tom,
Yeah.
Um, um,
I'm gonna go hot take here. Probably
don't
someone that
say it,
is
dude.
not expected to be said, but I think this team is gonna be really good. So I'm gonna say Jalen Brunson.
Oh, I like that. I thought you were gonna say Steph, and I was
No,
just be like, all right, bro.
that's not gonna play enough minutes.
not gonna play enough
um,
minutes. He's gonna have to play all the
Dude,
minutes.
he's too old, bro. They better not play.
Oh,
We don't need to talk Warriors.
all right.
Uh, Jalen Brunson, man. I think Jalen Brunson. I think the Knicks are going to be really, really good, and I think they're going to be really good because Jalen Brunson's going to be elite. I think he was phenomenal last year, and I think he's going to take an even bigger step. Like that guy, that guy's just ridiculous, bro. He scores the rock at all three levels. He's a great passer. He's a leader. I think he takes the Knicks to heights they haven't seen before this year, and I think it gets him right into an MVP conversation.
yeah,
I like it.
no, I like it.
Yeah. I had a couple here because I wasn't sure which route you guys are gonna go.
I mean, you could. This isn't a draft. You could take whoever.
No, no, I know, but I'm saying I had reasoning behind all of them. So I'm saying like it's just dependent on which one I want
I
to
think
go.
there's one
Oh,
guy
can I?
here.
While you're thinking of it, I meant to give a little blurb shout out. I just think the situation is gonna suck for Rookie of the Year. I think Bub Carrington has a real shot to be special in this
Is
league.
he
I
in
don't know if you guys.
Washington?
He's in Washington, so
Yeah,
it's
he's
like
in
Yeah.
Washington.
Did you do you know who
it
else
is
is
what
on
it
his
is.
team?
No, I know, but this kid is talented,
No,
dude,
he's
and
nice. He's
he's a
nice.
gunner. Like he's a gunner. Like
No,
I
he's
like
nice.
his game a lot. So I don't think he can win Rookie of the Year just based off, what's going on over there. But like I think he's gonna turn heads. Like he's gonna have some
No.
explosive games this year and
He's
like
like Will
show
Barton.
that he's
He
yeah,
was
dude, he's when
he's just,
you can
he's
tell he's
yeah.
just a gunner. Like
Dude, yeah.
he looks good.
Yeah. No, he's the guy.
And he's young. He's
Yeah,
super young.
18, 19. Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
the exact guy. Like, coach can let me rock. I'm gonna rock.
Okay, heard you. Like here comes a
Yeah.
transition three out of nowhere.
Okay. All right. I'll let my wilder thoughts calm down. I think I think this is it should happen. I think he set the stage last year with making it to the finals, but I think Luca is probably gonna win. Like,
Yeah.
that's the safe bet. If I was gonna put betting money on it, I would say that if their team is established, they had a little tinkering on the wings, but like I feel like this is the year where he can kind of vault them into that top three in the West. And if they're top three in the West, I think with his numbers, I think that's the only thing that hurt him last year is them being like, I think they were 6 or 5.
Five, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think that's what hurt him in the conversation. Like I still think Shea should have won last year
Yeah,
by
shade.
by far. So like I think the tough thing will be this year is for Shea would be replicating that level of performance. Not that
Yeah.
he's not gonna be good, but like the amount of points he was scoring, the amount of free throws he was scoring and garnering, and like
And
just
their
like
team was that good.
and the percentage that he shot, like they're not gonna sneak up on anybody this year. And then Hartenstein just found out he's out for 6 weeks. So
Mm.
so I
Shade.
think Luke
Yeah.
everything's built for Luca to win it. I mean, I think he could have easily won it last year if they would have just won more games.
Yeah, he should win it. He'll
Yeah,
have
so I would
yeah.
go with Luca is my bet.
All right,
Good
champion.
pick.
What you got?
I don't think this is a hot take, but I this is might not be a smart take. I think the Suns are gonna win.
I
Wow.
don't mind that. I don't
I
mind
I
that.
think they got Tyus Jones in there now, and they got like they have a clear cut
It,
pecking
Ryan
order,
Dunn looks good too.
which is crazy because how did he shoot so bad in college?
Dude, he was
Like
just bench
what's
shooting with D-Book and KD apparently.
Yeah,
I don't know.
like what he banged 6 threes in the game the other night. And he was
And they
pulling them
look
off the yes,
good,
they look different than how
confident.
he shot. If you
Yeah.
saw him shoot, like no, this isn't shade at all. If you saw him shoot at the combine, you'd be like, oh, that's not gonna go in.
Oh, that's the only reason
The-
why he fell. That's literally
yes,
the only reason why he fell.
yeah. So it's like, dude, like, yeah, whatever they did over there, congrats to them. But like, I think this year, if a healthy Bradley Beal and similar to what you said about Shanahan, like Book's got to get one, right? Like, if he's gonna stay at the
Yeah,
top of
he's
the
done his
pecking order,
time, dude.
yeah, like it's time for him to get one. I think he's 28. So, and if KD wants to stay relevant in that GOAT debate, then he's got to get one more. I think. So I think there's just motivation and obviously I think the roster is a little bit better put together. They got Mason Plumlee in there now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
They said Nurkic was stepping out and shooting threes too.
so yeah, and you got Bud in there and Bud has won one.
Yeah.
So his system's been proven to work. So that's I think is the my bet.
No, I like that. I'm
Like,
not mad
Yeah.
at
I think
that.
that's a good
I
pick.
like it. Tom,
Yeah, I'll stick with the train I've been on. I think the Knicks. I like the Knicks this year, man.
That's a good pick too.
I'm high on the Knicks.
that'd be
I'm
exciting.
happy
Dude, I
for
was rooting for them in the playoffs last year. Like
Yeah.
they're fun to
They
watch.
have some issues down low, but I mean
Yeah,
I mean, they got
they got
Cat.
I think the
yeah.
cat trade is good. I really do.
Well,
I
yeah,
think,
addition by subtraction.
yeah, exactly. And I think
It was Mikhail's jump shot messed up. What's going on, bro?
they
Everybody
did
keeps
change
talking about
it. I think it
I
just
think
looks uglier. I think
I
he's
was
still
just gonna
shooting
say
fine.
I think we've never like actually dissected his jumper like we have this year.
he's just way more above him.
Uh,
Like it just looks crazy
he'll
because his
be
arms are
fine though, I
freakishly
think.
long.
But
That's I think what it is. He just wasn't that far above his head before.
Yeah, but they're gonna be hell defensively, bro. Like with
dude,
those three wings, Josh
Yeah.
Hart, Mikhail, and OG. Like,
yeah,
Well,
well,
and
it's
Jalen Brunson's not a slouch either. Like
well,
no, no,
he's
absolutely not.
he's he's
yeah,
tough.
he's
Like
buff.
you're not bullying, dude.
I'm
Like
just
No.
saying,
you
like
better ready
the
for a
strength,
chest bump.
a strength and length that's just right there at those three positions. Like, they're gonna
Precious
be.
is still there too, right?
I
Precious
think
is there,
Precious is
and
still
Mitchell
there.
Yeah.
Robinson will be back. He had
Mitchell
surgery,
Robinson will be
but
I
back. I
mean,
think
again, you can just put
Bogdanovich
Cat
is
down
still
there.
there
yeah.
for a
Oh, I
score off
think
the bench.
like their cat is perfect for them with like you literally just put a 7 foot. It's like like they're literally matching up with the Celtics.
Yeah,
You put a
exactly.
7 footer that can shoot threes and pick and pop, and you put a bunch of big ass wings surrounding him
Like
and
they
one
can throw
dynamic guard.
OG. They
Yeah.
match up well with the Celtics. You put
No,
OG and
that's
McKinnon,
Look good.
Jason and Jalen,
yeah,
and
yeah,
obviously Jason and Jalen are stamped and they do what they do. But like that's good. Not
yeah.
going to be
No,
easy.
that's literally what they went and did. They're just like, we're just gonna carbon copy
Yeah.
the
And then
Celtics.
if Brunson is who I think he'll be, I think like
Yeah.
I like the Knicks, man. I like the Knicks this year.
The NBA would die if the Knicks won championship.
Be crazy, bro. It'd be crazy.
They
You'd
would
see,
die.
yeah. I feel
But
like
it
we'd see
wouldn't
it.
be it wouldn't be me without saying, these guys will be better than a lot of people think.
So my pick,
No, I think they're gonna be bad.
I
uh,
don't. I think they're gonna be good, bro.
All right.
so
You read into the
anyways,
preseason record
No, no,
stuff.
no, 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 no. They're gonna make a
All right.
trade, bro. Trust me. But
Okay.
we'll move on.
All right.
trust. I'm gonna make a hot take. I don't think it's gonna sit well either. I don't think this is gonna mature. Like this is not one that I'm confident in, but I think I would like to see it happen. Honestly, I'm gonna say the Bucks. I'm gonna let because I mean we all know like the dot conversations and stuff, but I think the recent discourse. I don't know if you guys are seeing this with
Did you see?
Giannis.
Yeah. What's he doing
Yeah,
right now?
that kind of tip my it feels like a narrative pusher. It feels
So-
like a narrative pusher.
He's
But he said
How do you
he
say
said if
that?
we don't win a championship, they're gonna trade me.
yeah. He
And
was like,
like,
someone said he's gaslighting the team before they can
yeah,
villainize him.
so it seems a little weird to me, but I think everyone stays healthy. You get a full like obviously Dame was kind of traded like right before the season last year. You get a full offseason with Dame and everything kind of gel. I think it's there. I think it's possible.
Now I'm
It's
not.
gonna be I don't know. I'd like it because I like Dame, and I think Giannis is what you should be as a superstar. Just literally a hard nosed worker. You don't
Yeah.
hear much from him, but I don't know.
I I I'm not trying to poke holes in your theory because I don't mind the theory, but they don't Dame's gonna have to guard somebody, and Doc is gonna have
No,
to coach.
no, 100. No, that's
No,
why I
no,
said this is
I
a
know.
very,
I'm
very
saying
hot
no, no.
take. Like
I'm saying that like I see it. Like I can see
the
the vision
pieces
of
are
what you're saying.
there on
Yes, like
paper. Like
like
Yeah,
well, they're not
you
far
got
off from
Dame
the
and
team.
Giannis
Yeah,
and Middleton, bro. Like you're
Chris
telling
has
me
to
that
play
team
well
can't
and be
win. Those three
healthy.
can't
yeah,
win.
yeah. Healthy for sure. Yeah,
That's what I'm
Chris
saying.
has
like
to
Everyone's
be
got to
yeah.
be healthy, and you got to get over the Knicks and you got to get over the Celtics. Like that's what it's
That's
gonna
the
be.
one thing it's interesting. We talked about this maybe 2 years ago with the Sixers stuff, but the one thing that none of those teams have, I think the Celtics are probably the best chance at doing it, but like, bro, no one has someone that can stop Giannis out of those teams.
Mm-mm.
Like he's
Um,
probably the most unstoppable out of all of like because he's bigger than OG, he's stronger than Mikhail, like he's
and if you
stronger,
try to
more
put a big
athletic
on
than
him, he's going
Jason.
past all
Yeah,
of it.
like
You try to put
Jalen is too
Porzingis on him,
small.
like come
Like,
on, dude.
yeah, like even that was the problem with Philly. Like Philly just could not rock with him. Like,
You know who
Yeah,
gives him fits is Al Horford.
yes, he does. It's
for some
crazy.
reason.
Al Horford gives him
But
problems.
Al Horford one more year older and get through
Yeah,
an entire
Yeah,
I was like,
season.
Al's got to be what 39.
Yeah,
dude,
he's
he's
close to
old. Well, I
40s.
think
Yeah.
what the LeBron's
Bron's
turning
Bron's,
40,
Bron's 39.
CP's
So Al's got to
He's
be.
right
39.
there. He won the championship in 2007 in college. Played 3 years in college. So
Okay.
21,
Yeah,
so 17. Yeah, he's 38.
yeah,
Yeah.
jeez.
He's right behind Braun. But yeah, I think I agree. I mean, Giannis, that's my point is Giannis is the most unstoppable out of all those teams in the East.
Yeah,
Like there's no answer for him.
no, I think health is a big
I
thing for
don't think
them.
picking
Yeah.
a I don't think picking a Giannis led team is ever a bad choice,
No.
especially
It's so
No,
that quote was
Dame.
hilarious though. I
Dame
it's
would
is
love
so
to
so
see
funny.
I would
bro.
love
Why
to
would he
see the
say
whole
that?
transcript. Well,
Yeah, because I just saw the
it's just the
one
quote,
quote
but
too.
like, so who knows how the question came up? But he's like, yeah, that's how the business works. If I don't win, they're probably going to trade me. So it's
I think
like,
it's just like
I don't even
Giannis
think
is
he
a
believes that
goofball,
though.
dude. Like,
yeah,
no, that's
that,
what I'm saying. I think he was just being a goof. Like, he's a kid.
yeah,
Like, he just
yeah.
like
No,
he
he is
doesn't
a big
care. I
kid.
feel like
No.
he probably saw that they was getting like like traction. He was like, wait, what did I even say? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's
Yeah.
exactly. So like, yeah, I agree with all that. So those are good takes.
no, I like it.
Starting
Yeah.
five.
All right. Starting
Let's
five,
do
man.
it.
Starting five. We were gonna do most improved player, but then we pivoted to our starting five is kind of around the most improved. So we're gonna do our starting five breakout team. So who we think is gonna have breakout year. I think this is gonna be good. I think I actually like this. It should open open the door for some nice takes, some not so nice
I'm
takes.
excited for this. I haven't
We'll
found
see
mine.
how it goes. Tommy, you did win our most recent poll. A new one's going up tomorrow, but it
Cool.
was the Oakland Sports one. You were the winner.
Hey,
I came in.
Damn.
I know ball, man.
Juan was second. I was third. Jared was fourth.
What is going on
Um,
right now?
yeah, it's crazy. So I don't know. I don't know where what
Marshawn
position
Lynch
you
won
want
me
to take.
that. Marshawn Lynch won me that for sure.
Yeah, people don't know about Janikowski, I guess, but it's fine.
Real one. Yeah.
Where
Yeah, I
would
gotta
you
say
like to
Marshawn was
select in
the
this,
yeah.
Tommy? Where would you like
Oh,
to?
sorry. I thought you said Jared. I'll go first.
I'm gonna take the second slot here, actually, Jared. So you can take three,
Boom. All right.
if that works.
With the first overall pick of our breakout year most improved draft here for the 2024-25 NBA season, I'm selecting a shooting guard first overall. Um, this guy's going to show up, I think. He's a really good college player. Hasn't really played a whole lot in his first couple NBA seasons, but this is the year where he steps up and they're going to need him to if they want to still be a really good team, which they've been the last few years. Got Julian Strawther here. Julian Strawther.
You took him first. Like I had him at my shooting guard too.
Yeah.
Not really like worried about the rest of these guys in my lineup. I don't think they're gonna get taken. I thought he was gonna
No,
get
Good
taken.
pick. Good pick, Tom.
He's been killing it in the preseason,
He's good,
and there's
bro.
a role kind of carved out for him. They're saying that they might start him at the two.
I mean, yeah, he's a
Yeah, I
gunner.
mean
They need
Braun,
shooting.
Brown,
Yeah.
whatever it is, Brown's good off the bench. Like you don't really need to.
Yeah, I want to know what the understanding behind that is because if you read, it's Christian Braun, but they
I don't know
pronounce
why they
it
say
Brown.
Brown. It is Braun.
You know
It's
what's
Braun.
funny is
Braun.
they pronounced it differently with his brother at Santa Clara too.
That's what was weird.
I didn't understand what was going on. They
Yeah,
were flip flopping. So I don't know. I don't know what it
Yeah,
is.
I
But
feel like it's Braun, dude. Like, there's
me
I
no
too.
think it's
like,
Brown. It's Brown.
I don't know.
There's no way that
We're not even
in
talking
the
about him right
English
now.
language that
Dude, but
pronunciation
the
is not right.
pronunciation. I
Julian
think
Strother, however, is a hell of a basketball player,
No,
and
agreed. That's a great
I
pick.
like it.
What you
I like
got,
it.
Luke, for your first
Sick
pick?
big time
pick.
two
I
guard
ain't
this
it,
year.
bro. That's fine. My number one that I wanted is still on the board. Then I'm gonna go small forward here. I'm gonna take Brandon Miller. I think a guy that
Yeah.
he
Nice
had a
pick.
really solid rookie season is just obviously, you know,
You saw his dunk
the
today?
future. Yeah, I mean he looks legit, dude. He looked legit last year, and like
He
that's
just got overshadowed by Wemby. That's
by
it.
Wemby. It's tough.
Yeah.
You're in a bad
Yeah.
like,
Melo's
but
healthy, bro. They're gonna be
Melo's
good the next
healthy.
few years,
They're gonna
man.
be gunning, and he's a gunner. He's young, and he fits the mold to be a superstar in this league. He's a lanky wing who can shoot. Like he
Yeah.
fits the mold.
Yeah. He's
Um,
literally Paul George, bro.
yeah.
He
So
is, bro. His
I
goat.
think I think he could really take a large jump this year, and I think just more eyes, like you're saying, Melo's gonna be healthy. Like
Yeah,
you might just get
they
more
were an
eyes on him.
afterthought last year. And I don't even know
Yeah,
if like anybody even watched any of their
he was
games.
solid. He had a really
No,
solid
he had a
rookie
great
year.
year. It's just he
So
ran into the Wemby. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna take Brandon Miller,
That's a good
small forward.
pick. I love this because at least my first pick is still here. I don't know if the rest of my guys will be here, but my first pick is here. Um, at small forward, this guy had a great game last night. I've been waiting for this opportunity to happen for him. He needed some bodies to move out of his way, but now I think it's his time to capitalize. Give me Jalen Johnson at the small forward.
Damn. Oh, that was my
That's good.
pick.
He
Yeah.
had some flashes last year too.
No, and now I think it's like it's clear cut. He is the starting four, even though I think he plays more like a three.
He's
But
so good, bro.
yeah, I mean, he's nasty. He's good. I think and plus, like, he just like goes about his business, man. He doesn't like, you don't really hear much else. And he's just like and he's gotten better every year, shooting it better, handling it better, finishing better. Cause I don't know if people remember, he left Duke in the middle of the season, his 1 year at
I
Duke.
forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like he like left to go focus on the draft, and everybody was killing him, and that's why he
Yeah.
dropped to the 20. They got him at 20. So,
that guy can
uh,
go.
yeah, he can go. This is my other guy. I've used this guy on one of my lists before. I freaking love this guy's game. I really, really, really hope he can stay healthy and
I know
like
who you're picking.
take a big jump. Yeah, power forward Trey Murphy, man. Come
Yeah.
on, Trey Murphy.
He's
Love that guy.
he's another one. So
He's
nice.
like he has the most no net movement three balls. Like that ball just like drops straight through the net.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
he's
pick.
nasty. Yeah, so that's my power forward.
No, I like that. I like that. All right, I'm gonna move to my point guard here, and this is a similar guy to Brandon Miller. Um, where like he had a lot of good flashes last year, really solid rookie year, but again, just like kind of wasn't really in the moment and everything. And I think he takes a really, really big second year jump. We've talked about him on the pod. He's a dog. This guy's a go getter. Give me Keyshawn George at the point guard. Um, you
Wait,
saw
you
it
mean
last year in
Keontae
Flash.
George?
Keontae George, my bad, my bad.
Yeah,
Keontae
I was
George.
like, wait, what?
No,
Yeah, I was gonna
that's my
say.
fault, my
I was
fault, my fault.
Yeah,
literally,
you pulled a Jared right there. What are you doing,
I
man?
was literally
No, I
just
didn't
gonna pick him
mispronounce
next.
anybody.
He was my next pick, bro.
Yeah, Keontae George. I have it written down.
We
Let's see
shouldn't
if
have
I can
said
get to it.
anything and then said should have put that in
That's a
after.
great pick. I
No, he's
actually
nice.
No, bro,
got to
he's
go
a
to a Jazz game 2 nights ago,
yeah,
when it was, and he looked good, bro. He
Yeah.
was pulling
he's a
He's
back.
got the
gunner,
it
dude.
factor too, man.
Yeah,
He's got
he
that
doesn't
same thing Brandon
care.
Miller's
Yeah.
got.
So
Yeah.
and he's exciting to watch. He like, and I think that's a big thing in the league for like to take the jump, like allow someone to fall into that role is they have
Yeah.
to be exciting to watch. So he fits that mold. And I mean the Jazz, like I don't know what they got going on. Like I don't know what their
They have a
direction is going to be
thousand
this year or
draft
anything.
picks now, but
But he's gonna have an opportunity. There's a reason why Laurie's been elite over there. He's gonna have a place to rock out. Like they're gonna kind of just
yeah.
let him play. So
They still have to like figure out the Colin Sexton, Keontae George
Yeah,
combination type
probably.
thing, yeah.
The thing about the Jazz and watching them the other night is like, Laurie's obviously their best player, but like he doesn't need the ball.
um
Like
No.
Keontae they can go get buckets. Like they can go rock
Yeah.
out. Laurie's gonna Laurie's gonna cut well, shoot threes, and get his high post touches and shoot over people. Like
Yeah.
he don't do a whole lot of dribbling.
yeah.
Um, all right. So a couple of my picks just got swiped. That's okay. We audible. I'm gonna go with a four here as well. And He had a nice little summer, the Olympics. He's young. He's a really talented player. I've got Nikola Jovic here,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had that as well.
Miami Heat. I think he
Yeah,
levels.
that's a good pick.
I
I think
think
he
he
levels
just
up this
needs
year.
opportunity, honestly,
Yeah,
because he's crazy talented.
No, he's really good. He just doesn't play enough defense for Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
just see Spoelstra screaming at him every time he misses a coverage.
Yeah, and then you guys can flag me here if you want, just because like this guy has been good, but I think a lot of people overlook him, and I honestly don't think he really gets talked about that much. But I think this year is the year their team maybe is a little better. I don't know how much better, but definitely better than last year. And I think he has a really, really good season. I got Cade Cunningham at my one.
No, I don't mind that.
You can
Not a bad pick.
flag it if you
You
want.
just can't put any stock in the Pistons.
No, and I get that, but
You know,
man,
they should be. You know what's funny though is they should be good. I mean, drafting wise, they literally just drafted Ron Holland twice.
yeah,
So I don't know why they did that, but maybe it'll work out. Maybe I don't know what I'm
they're in
talking
a weird
about.
spot. But like Monty can coach, so like hopefully
Yeah. Well, and there's like no expectations, right? So it's just like
play
it's
free.
like
I think Jaden Ivey can still be good. Like they
he's
still have,
shooting it well in the preseason. Yeah,
yeah.
he's coming along third year, so it's time.
Maybe
So,
maybe Jaden Ivey will break out instead of Cade. But I think Cade has a really good year, man. He's
yeah.
really good.
Well, I think this is like the critical time for like someone like Jaden Ivey. Like he has to like this is contract extension time.
Facts.
So you gotta get it locked in. No, I like that pick.
Yeah. I'm gonna move to power forward here. This is a guy who again, similar to what I said about Keontae and Brandon Miller, like showed a lot of flashes. His team was just bad last year. I think everyone healthy, we already talked about them this episode. Everyone healthy, they're gonna be a lot better. And he carved out a role on the team, and he's extremely, extremely young, but uber talented. And he showed that. I'm gonna take GG Jackson at my power forward.
Mm.
Yeah, good pick.
He's crazy young. He was the youngest player in the draft last year, and
If he
he's
would have
like,
if he would have gone to college his normal year instead of going to college a year early, he would have been a top 5 pick this year.
yeah,
Probably,
Maybe
yes.
the
yeah.
first pick.
Well, and he's just skilled. Like he
Yeah, he's
at his
huge.
size to move the way he
Isn't he
does,
Yeah,
like
he's
he
huge.
6'10"?
No, he's like legit. Like he's
yeah.
taller. He's as tall, if not taller than a dim.
I had to guard him last year, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
that was an interesting time. But
yeah. Did you get a stop?
I played good defense. I would love. I'm not gonna do this because this would require a lot of production value from me, but I played really good defense and I boxed him into the short corner and he hit like a Kobe turnaround fade over the backboard. And my coach was like, "Yo, I don't like that's why he got drafted." Like I don't know what to tell you.
That's sick.
So, but no, he
That just sucks.
dude, but just like a young kid, like and again like
Nicest kid, man. Nicest
super
kid.
nice kid,
Nice
Isn't he
kid,
hurt right
dude.
bro. He
now?
was I like huh?
Isn't he
I
hurt
don't
right
know.
now? I thought he hurt his foot.
I don't know. Hopefully
Maybe
not.
I
That'll look
think
bad
he's in
for
a
me, but
walking boot right now.
oh, maybe that'd be
he's a
even more
nice
reason
kid.
for him to
Really
break
nice
out.
kid.
Yeah, I would love to see him do well. And like again, like we said with Edie, like the team should be doing well and they should be in a
And
Yeah.
position to win games.
they could be really
So,
good.
and I think it's just wing depth over there. Like can't
Yeah.
go wrong there.
Yeah.
Jalen Wells, baby.
Jalen Wells,
It's a good
Waters,
pick.
what you got?
I think I'm gonna take this guy because I get 2 picks, but I just don't want he's not gonna make it around or I just don't have a lot of options here. So and this is I don't homer pick too often, but I'm gonna take Trace Jackson at the
Mm.
center.
Yeah, he's been
I think he showed that he can be the next like solid, really like multifaceted center for them. And as Steph is getting to the twilight, he injects like a lot of youth and he does all the little things that maybe some of the other younger guys on the team haven't been doing in the last couple of years. Like no offense to anybody, but like he passes well to the high post. He sets good screens. He can lob. He'll step out. He'll shoot a jump shot. He's older. I think he's just well versed and mature. And I think now I think it's pretty clear cut. Tom, you might disagree, but like he should be the starting center.
I
Yeah.
wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah. Like I think it's just that time. For
Way
we love
better.
Super
Loon.
homer
We
pick
love
for you, by
Loon,
the way.
but huh?
Yeah.
That's a super homer pick for you, by the way.
Yeah, I said that. I
Warriors
don't use
and
it.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Love Loon, but
Yeah,
I
it's
like
that time.
and it's better for Like they need a real center to start. Draymond can't play center anymore for
Well,
me.
and like an athletic, like someone that's big that can go, like, you know what I mean, that can
The
move
guy
and
who can go
jump and
go up and catch
run.
the
Yeah.
lob.
So yeah, so the Trace. Uh and then at shooting guard, we've talked about this guy a little bit here today. This guy, like, he's uber talented. It might be too much of a log jam, but like I just think Cam Whitmore is like
Yeah,
ready
I had
to
him slotted
take
too.
We
that
didn't even
six
mention him earlier.
the sixth man role. I think he's
Dude,
like
and he's
poised for
tough.
that. Like, yes, he's so good and he's so talented. Like he literally can just be the sixth man, like Jamal Crawford type guy
He's
who just
so
comes
he's
out
so
and
good.
just fires on all
He's
cylinders.
stupid athletic, dude.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I didn't realize about him until I played against him. Like he jumps out the gym, dude. Like it is nuts. So I think, yeah, like you said, it's gonna be tough for him to get significant opportunities over there. But he was solid in his minutes last year after the
No, he should
showcase.
have got more minutes last year, I feel like. Obviously, it was, first year, but I think their roster is probably a little bit more defined this year.
Yeah,
I would guess like it's probably going to be him and Reed coming off the bench, like those are going to be their probably two main young guys.
yeah,
Excuse me, off the bench.
yeah. I like it.
So, oh, I guess they start Dylan Brooks, huh? And so they bring
Yeah, that's what, there's just a
the
lot over
Thompson
there.
twin off the bench.
Gosh, that is what is that roster?
They got a lot going. I mean, they were winning at the end of the year. I'm not gonna, that's they were
He
winning.
brings a certain panache.
No, he's good. He's really good. He gave us like 30 at the AGB Center, so that
Yeah.
was sick. I'm gonna take my center here. I think because of some moves that happened, he's gonna get an opportunity to show his skill set, and I don't know if he's gonna like boom onto the scene as some superstar, like some star at it by any means. But I think he's gonna prove himself in the league this year. And he got taken off his two-way and signed to a real contract last year for a reason. I'm gonna take Luca Garza at my center.
Mm.
Like they
Nice.
traded Cat, and like we talked about, they're
Hmm.
gonna need an inside presence, and
It's a
he's
good pick. I didn't think of
extremely
that.
skilled. Like we've seen that for years. He's extremely skilled around the
Yeah, he
rim, and
can. I
like
mean, yeah, if you can't play Rudy, then like because the floor spacing, then you just throw
yeah,
Luca in there.
and
Yeah.
he can like he can score the rock. He's got great touch. As a defender, I'm not too familiar with this game, but I don't like you said. If we're playing at a drop, I don't see him being a slouch. Like he's gonna be
No,
fine. Like
he's a smart player
he's smart,
and he
dude. Like
plays
I think
hard.
he
Like
could.
he's
Yeah,
smart and he plays hard, so like he'll be fine in a
I
drop.
think he'll do just fine. And so
Yeah.
like I
They
said,
got
I
good
don't
enough
think.
defenders around him.
Yeah, he's got to hold his ground. So, like I said, I don't see him booming onto the scene as some star or anything, but I think he's going to be called upon this year, and he's going to do well in that position for a contender,
He can
like hopeful.
he can
So,
easily play the Nas Reed role from last year.
come off the bench, have an
Yeah.
impact, eat up a couple fouls, get the
Yeah, and
crowd
if
rallied.
guys get hurt, just slide into a starting role. Like if
Yeah,
Rudy needs to take nights off, things like
yeah.
that.
He's
No,
good.
Yeah, I think I like that pick a lot. I didn't realize
Yeah,
he was off the two-way and on a standard now. So that's awesome.
they took
for
him
him.
off like All-Star
Hell of a
break last
college
year, I
player.
think.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah. No,
Good
he's
pick.
good.
Good pick. All right, I'm gonna go center here as well. We need to finish out the front court. This guy, he hasn't been healthy, um, but he's got the build, he's got the talent. Like he was a good college player, and if he can stay on the floor, and if his point guard can stay on the floor, like Louis mentioned earlier, I think he's gonna have a really good year, and I think their team's on the up and up. I've got Mark Williams.
Oh yeah, he's
Oh,
good.
that's good. That's
He's
good.
good. He got hurt last year, but he's good.
Yeah, got Mark Williams, and the Flamelo's healthy. Like,
Yeah,
he's gonna do
no.
so much
He's
better.
good. I like
He's
him a
legit
lot.
7-1 lob threat,
Who
block
did
shot.
who did they draft this year?
They drafted that French guy,
The
right?
French dude,
Yeah, Paco.
I
He
don't
looks
know.
good in the preseason. I can't remember his
Uh,
name. His
he's
jumper can't
like
doesn't
yeah,
he?
like 6'8" guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the prototype
They've
at
got a
center.
fun team, man. They've got a fun team. I think they'll be a fun team to just keep an eye on. But I think he breaks out. I think he has a really good year.
Mm,
Um,
cool. Yeah, I like
real
that pick. He's
lob
good.
threat, real rim presence.
Yeah.
And then I need the small forward, I think, is my last position available
Yep.
here. Um, it's got to be the year, dude. This just has to be it. And he
Oh
needs to get
God, I
on the
know it's
floor for this to happen. And I'm
I knew
praying,
this was happening. I
praying
knew
that
Yeah.
this was
they
happening,
play
by
him
the way.
because
Like, I'm
he
not.
deserves it, bro. He's so good. He's mature, and he needs this. Moses Moody, bro. It's time. He's gonna take off. I've got Moses Moody at the small forward. He looks really good in the preseason, and Steve's Kerr says he's doing all the right things, and we've heard that before, but just play him, man. He can go. I'm still a believer.
Yeah. I agree.
I knew that was gonna happen on this list, so not a surprise.
That's
there.
not
I
a
don't think it's
bad
a bad
pick, though.
take. No,
No,
it's
it's
not a
not a
bad
bad
pick.
pick. That's a
I
good
knew it
pick.
was
I
coming.
think it's better to pick than Kaminga.
Well, no one was gonna pick him.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, okay, I got shooting guard here, and similar to the Garza pick, I don't think he's gonna. This is more me hopeful optimism here. He had his coming out party last year at the end of the season, especially in the play-in tournament, and I think if this team really wants to be a solidified playoff team, he has to come off the bench and up his game even more. I got Keon Ellis, shooting guard. I think,
Mm.
like I said, had his coming out party last year. We've seen he's an elite defender. But if the Kings really want to be a solidified playoff team, they got to have more outside of Fox, Sabonis, and DeRozan now. Like you got to have someone that
Yeah.
they can really go to
Keon,
off the bench. And Monk obviously is going to be like everyone's calling for Monk to start at the 2, which he probably should. But you need a
Didn't Mike
guy.
say that Keon's gonna start?
Uh, I I I honestly see them doing that, but Monk should start. But that's beside the point.
he got to be at least 40% from three.
You got like he's got to be like we've seen the defense. You do the little stuff right, but ball in your hands in a must-score situation, like
Yeah,
I
you
got
gotta
to
be
see that
Herb
chart.
Jones, bro.
Yeah, so like, and
He
I
looked
think he can
good.
do
He
it.
looked good
He's
the other
shown
night.
flashes. He's shown a lot of flashes, and he's still young. Like he's a competitor. He's a hard worker. Like I think he's got it in him. And like obviously taking off a 2-way last year for good reason, and it'd be dope to see him continue that upward trend. Um,
Yeah.
we have a couple like the super random anecdote, but one of my old AAU teammates is really good friends with him. And then when we played this summer and we were guarding each other, he like came up to me and he was like, "Oh, Elijah was talking about you. Like it's super dope that you're out here. Like I just want to congratulate you." Like that again, like you could call it a homer pick or whatever, but that says something. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
that he
it
took the
did.
time to even remember, you know, one
That's
of my
dope.
old teammates talking to him about me and then like having that. So I don't know. I'd like to see him do well and obviously optimistic
I like
for
his
that
game a
team. So
lot.
yeah, he's a hustler.
Yeah. Great
Scrappy.
pick.
I mean, literally not this summer, but last summer he was playing. He was like fighting for a summer league,
Literally a fringe 2-way guy. Like I
and
remember
now
last
he's
year
a
at
starter.
summer
Like
league training camp,
that's
they
pretty
didn't know
dope.
if they were going to extend his or if he was going to get the QO or not. So
Crazy.
there you go. That's a G League at work right there.
Hmm.
Ooh. All right, I have point guard left. This guy's been in the league for a while, but I just think he's in a really, really, really good position to uh solidify himself again as a legit starter in the NBA. He had some issues and he had to take a little bit of a detour, but now I think he's poised to be in a good spot. Give me a Kevin Porter Jr. at my point guard. Um, that might not be a
He's with the
popular pick,
Clippers,
but
right?
yeah,
Yeah, he's
and
for sure.
Kawhi is not gonna play. So it's literally
They're
James and him
they are in a
and
bad.
Derek Jones. That's like
Yeah,
that's what they got going on. So um yeah, I think I don't know. I think he has so much talent and he's proven that he can do it in a different situation and now probably a little bit more mature, a little bit more understanding of what needs to get done and they're going to have a real opportunity cuz like he's not going to really have to share the ball with anybody but James Harden. So yeah.
walk on.
So uh I did have one, but we already kind of talked about it. So I have another one too. So my walk-on pick, I picked him as a walk-on because um he's not necessarily gonna start. He's not gonna start all the games. He might start some of them. He may not start any of them. But when he gets in there, he plays like with a amount of tenacity that you would see in a walk-on, and just helps that he's 7 feet tall. So give me Derek Lively. I think he's going to play another pivotal role on that team, take a step forward. I don't think anybody really thought, well, I don't think he thought that he was going to be in the finals last year, but that's like
Yeah.
invaluable experience that like you just can't replace.
You think he jumps over Gafford this year?
No, that's what I don't know if that's necessarily the case. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. Like he might start some games. I think it's 50-50, honestly. You could start either one. They both do a lot of the same things well. Um, but obviously Derek is 19, 20.
Yeah.
Um,
If he can step out and hit some jumpers.
yeah. Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
let's say he expanded it. So,
yeah. So we'll see.
um, all right, my walk on here. I have him as a walk on because I honestly just don't know where the opportunity is going to come. But I do feel like every single time he's been given a sliver of an opportunity, he's shown his potential. And I like his game a lot. I just think situationally and opportunity wise, he's just gonna get dealt the short end. Um, I'm gonna take Max Christie here. And
Interesting.
I just think it's a tough situation, but like he's talented. He's very talented and he fits the prototype to be successful wing in this league. Like he can shoot the ball, he guards really well. He's wiry defender, like he gets up and down the floor well. And like he appears to be coachable. Like you never see bad reports about him complaining about things or anything. Like and he's always the guy like I
I mean, they
see
signed him.
Lakers I
They
see
signed
Lakers
him.
fans calling his name all the time to get a shot. And like as a young kid, I'm sure it's easy to feed into that and have a piss poor attitude and stuff. And like you never really seen anything negative about him like that. And it's just like I think in the LeBron era especially, it's just gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for him to even
I think
like get
he
a
is
real
like a
opportunity.
perfect LeBron counterpart, though, or like
Dude,
a
I do too.
LeBron complement. Like LeBron wants guys that run hard, play all the defense, and shoot threes.
I think so too. That's what I like everything is there for him to do really well. And I
Yeah,
think it's just
he could
opportunity.
easily be
Like
Shane Battier.
yeah, bro, like seriously. And
That'll be interesting.
I just think it's opportunity, and I just don't know how the Lakers are going to handle things over there. Like, it's a
Oh,
crowded wing
yes,
room.
you do.
It's gonna say it's
Yes,
tough,
No,
you
I'm not even
do.
talking about that, bro. I'm
tough with
talking about
Dalton.
Dalton. I'm talking about Max. Like, they got a bunch of just
Dalton
wings.
had
Like,
35
Yeah, but
yeah.
it's like it's all gonna be messed up.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just going to be tough for him. But yeah, he did get signed. There's value there. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I
Well, they
don't.
had to choose between, like, they kind of put him in a bad, not a bad spot, but like it hurt them tax wise to sign him.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
No, I think they
they're gonna
clearly trust
pay,
him and
so
like him.
like yeah,
So I'd like to see
yeah,
him do well. Seems like a kid that works hard and like deserves the opportunity. So
yeah. It's a good pick. I like
I was gonna take Wemby, full transparency, but
it.
That's crazy.
Wow.
I mean, if at the end of the season he's the face of the league, like one, we all saw it
Was that
coming,
not
I
the
and
think he's
two,
breakout?
gonna be I think he's gonna be an
that's
all-star
still a
this year for
breakout
sure.
though,
Yeah, no, you're
in
right. You're
technical
right. You're
terms.
right. You're right. You're right. I'm not
I think
disagreeing.
he'll be an all-star this year for sure.
I mean, he's gonna be in MVP conversations. It doesn't really matter how they do, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll win it, but
Yeah,
Um,
that
my
was
pick
good.
here. My pick here. This will be the third guy from this team on this list. So
Oh
maybe
my
they got
gosh, what
some. I don't
what do you got going on right now, Tom?
know. Dude, I like this guy's game. I think in granted health wise, we keep talking about the same guy if he's healthy or not. If he's not healthy, this guy's about to break out. He's having a little like Allen Iverson cosplay thing going on. I don't know what that
wow.
is, but the buckets look nice. Give me Trey Man here. Trey Man.
Bro, what are you doing right now?
You not
Are the
believe it?
I'm asking you right now, are the Hornets making the playoffs?
Oh, jeez, dude.
No, no, but I
What
think they're gonna be
the-
a fun team.
All right. You got three of their guys on your
I
team.
don't. Luke has Brandon Miller. I just have
Yeah, I
Trey
got
Man and
Brandon
Mark
Miller.
Williams.
Oh, that's no, okay, two of them. All right.
Yeah. And Trey Man and Mark Williams can have fun years and they can be a 12 seed.
All
I do
right,
like his
that's true.
swag, dude. I do like his swag.
Yeah, he
He's
does
got good
got this.
swag, bro. He's got
Yeah,
good buckets. Like he's a smooth player. If
yeah.
LaMelo's not healthy, he's gonna be the guy.
Man, I'm just trying to break 80, man. So I'm
Aren't we
sticking with my
all? Aren't
50
we all,
chips.
dude?
So when those greens get bumpy, my putter won't have to join the fight.
The road to breaking
So
80.
we're not even putting anymore. I like that.
Yeah.
We're
Leaving that
we're
in the
past
bag.
that, bro. We're past. If you want to break 80, you probably don't want to putt much.
No.
Jeez, I mean, yeah, stats don't lie.
NBA season right around the corner. I like the chatter today, fellas. A lot of hot takes, a lot of bold predictions. We'll see. I'm excited to return to these and see what we got right, what we got wrong. These are your favorite walk-ons, and we're walking out.